Hello and welcome
Yeah.
to a brand new week here on the WION Sports Broadband Edition with me, Digvijay Singh Deo. My guest today is Asian Games gold medalist Rahi Sarnobat, who joins me from Kolhapur in Maharashtra. Rahi, now you are somebody who trains very religiously. So how has this last 2 months without any training been for you?
Yeah, it is difficult. Definitely, it is difficult to, to not even going to the shooting range. Actually shooting, going to the shooting range and shooting live shots is a different thing. But I haven't even seen the shooting range, and that is definitely very difficult for me. But of course, this situation is out of control of, everybody. So we have to adapt. So we are finding new ways. I am trying to find out new exercises, new small challenges for myself every day so that I can keep going at least until this pandemic ends.
No, but Rahi, do you think that lessons from the past could have helped you cope through this? Because you suffered an injury, a career-threatening injury, which you had to come through, and that needed surgery.
Yeah,
And you took a lot of time off the sport, and that was the time you were
yeah.
away from your gun for a long time. Do you think that experience has helped you sort of negotiate this period?
Yes, definitely. And according to me, especially this time is very, very positive in terms of where when I was facing my injury, because I was facing my injury alone. I was sitting at home alone. Everybody else, all my team members were going out there, shooting, winning, getting medals. And I was feeling, oh, my team doesn't need me anymore. There are so many good shooters in the team. So I think now this is the time to, sit back and just let them play. But here, everybody is at home. Everybody is at the same situation. So I think this feels definitely much better than what I used to feel at that time. But yeah, definitely when I see my colleagues, they are posting so many videos and posts and training, and it is definitely motivating and inspiring. And I have learned so much from that period when I was injured and I was at home, and that definitely helped me. And that was a year I was out of shooting. I was not shooting, absolutely sitting, just sitting at home. So this situation is definitely better. At least I can touch my weapon. At least I can hold my weapon. I can exercise. I can do things related to shooting, and I'm into it. So I think this is definitely a better situation.
But Rahi, do you consider yourself fortunate or lucky to have actually made it back to Kolhapur to spend this sort of lockdown with your family? Because you were in Delhi, you flew
Yeah,
to Pune, but instead of staying in
yeah.
Pune, which is your base, you actually decided, I'm going to drive all the way. So, did someone tell you to come home? What was the thought behind your decision?
Yeah, actually, I didn't want to come to Kolhapur because what my plan was, 17th March, I ended up, in Delhi. I finished my competitions, and I was heading back to Pune. And from 1st April, next competition or next camp was going to happen. So I was thinking I will stay in Pune and I will continue from there only. But my brother insisted, no, just come to Kolhapur, see the situation, stay for 2 3 days, and then decide what you want to do. Do you really want to train in Pune or not? Because Pune Stadium is going to be the quarantine place very soon. So I don't think you can train in Pune. So better you come to Kolhapur. We will arrange something. You can train here. The gym will open for you. Gym will be open for you. So just think about that. So actually, I give it a shot, and I was lucky enough to be here in this situation with my family.
No, but also since you mentioned about your training base, which is the Balewadi Sports Complex in Pune, I mean, just outside of Pune, it's now, as you said, a quarantine center. So, when
Yeah.
do you think you'll be able to get back there to train? Because it doesn't sound very promising if you have your training base converted
Yeah.
into a quarantine center.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes I feel very, very proud about my, training center. That in a way it is helping patients, helping the city to, to get better, to treat people, to utilize it as a hospital. But at the same time, I'm definitely missing my training place, and I don't see this. At least this year, we can go there and just train, because Pune is in the very, very bad condition, I think, and Pune needs the place for a very, very long time. it is not going to end so soon. And even after that, they need to sanitize that. They need to take care of all the staff, all the athletes, and everything. So this is going to be a very very long process. So I don't think I will train there in this year at least, or maybe at least till November or December.
Abhinav Bindra, I was speaking to him right at the end of March when the entire lockdown was just about a week, and he said that don't forget one thing, that the Indian athlete knows how to adapt. And not just the Indian athlete, the world
Yeah.
over, the athletes learn to adapt. You've in fact adapted. You have already started the process to get the
Yes.
shooting range in Kolhapur, which is your hometown, up and ready, because it's not just
Yeah.
you. Tejaswini Sawant is also qualified for the Olympics in the 50-meter. And
Yeah.
both 25 and 50 can't train indoors because, the 10-meter people
Yeah.
are sort of training at home. But for you, you all need an outdoor range.
Yeah. 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 And fortunately, the collectorate of Pune, the municipal corporation of Kolhapur, I mean, and the sports authorities of Kolhapur city, they are very very helpful, because whenever we are calling them and we're asking them about the situation, they're always with some positive information, and they are trying to open the shooting range as soon as possible. But again, they have to arrange accommodation for the staff. They have to sanitize the shooting range. They have to arrange all the facilities or social distancing, whatever it needs. So it is taking time, but they are looking at they are focusing it on a very very serious very very seriously, because they know the importance of the athletes who have already qualified for the Olympic Games, and the gap is coming between the training and non-training days. So yeah, they are really trying hard to get back, and every day they are giving us some positive information.
Okay, but Rahi, have you thought of heading into a quarantine camp? That idea has been mooted by the Indian Olympic Association as well, of perhaps getting all the Olympic qualified athletes into one central camp where everyone
Yeah.
comes, serves a quarantine, and after that it's just them training day in day out. Now your Balewadi camp obviously is not cannot be used at the moment, but Bangalore is some place you
Yeah.
can head down. Does it make sense for athletes like you to pick up your baggage, ammunition, training, get into a camp, perhaps not knowing when it will open? Does that make sense at the current situation?
Uh, if I will think about myself, then I think I'm comfortable now, at least in this situation here in Kolhapur, because the shooting range is going to be available very very soon. We have ammunition over here. I have weapons, and the situation nobody knows is when it's going to end or when it's going to change. So if for this uncertain period, that uh, for example, if we arrange the camp, then for how many days, for how many months, we don't know. Maybe for December, maybe till January, maybe till Olympic Games. Nobody knows that when it's going to end. So I think in a way it's better that we will stay in a place where we can sustain for a very very long period. And I think it's definitely not better than house for anybody. So I think it's the best option to stay at home and arrange something at your hometown or wherever you are. But at the same time, sometimes I feel it's better to be with your colleagues, be with your teammates, and train, because that definitely motivates you. So because traveling is not that safe anymore. I mean, at least now, or for a few more days or few more weeks. So for now, I think I'm comfortable wherever I am. But for future, definitely this is a very very good option.
Okay, I was speaking to Lord Sebastian Coe, who's the head of World Athletics last week, and he said that the athlete today is very resilient. So, Rahi, you won the Asian Games gold in 2018 in Palembang. Then last year you won the gold in Munich, which is where you won the Olympic quota as well. You were sort of heading to the Olympics right now. How do you think this pause will affect you?
Yeah.
The pause that the Olympics has now got postponed by, as we speak now, 14 months?
Yeah, definitely it will affect in terms of planning, because we have to replan everything. Because when we were in the flow, when we had a calendar, when we had plan, we were in a flow that we are going to land up like this into the Olympic Games. But now we have to reschedule everything, and to reschedule everything, we need a calendar, and for that we need to wait. For now, I think we should plan only for 15 days, 20 days, or maximum for a month, because maybe everything will start in the next month, or maybe nothing will start in next 4 months. So I think we just need to take just 15 days, 20 days, or a four, or maximum for a month to plan and to reset. But again, the Olympic Games has been postponed for more than a year now, so we have time to rest, train, start live training, and come back into the form, even because even after even after the break, we have more than enough time to come back, to start training, to come back into the form, and just prepare ourselves.
No, but
And Olympic
sorry, if
Games
I could
is,
just interrupt here. I know what you're saying makes sense
yeah.
theoretically, but how do you get the momentum back? I think that's crucial, no? Because, or is it the wiser, more experienced athletes like you who've been around for more than a decade at the top of world sport? Is it people like you who will adjust to this much better? Because momentum is crucial in any sport, and especially in
Yeah,
Indian shooting, we had some good momentum behind us.
yeah. I believe in that. I believe in the flow. I believe in the momentum. But that's what I was saying. That Olympic Games is not going to be the only competition in the next year. Definitely, there are going to be few international competitions which we are going to definitely we're going to participate, and we need to perform. And I think those competitions we need to take really, really seriously, and try to perform, try to gain experience, try to gain the flow back again, try to get the momentum from there. And I think that will be the best period to get back onto the, onto the toes, onto the point. So I think from December or January onwards, I can see that flow will come back in that period, because we will be having domestic as well as international competitions before the Olympic Games. So I think that period is going to be very, very crucial. And there, I think we need to focus really, really well in terms of getting back to the, zone,
Okay,
shooting
but
zone.
do you consider that at the moment with the international calendar almost shut, I know this every country has got different
Yeah.
travel regulations, quarantine. Do you think that the road ahead currently for those of you who had qualified for the Olympics is competition? Because staying away from competition is the problem. You cannot just
Yeah.
train and head into any Olympic Games. You think
Yeah.
it's now
Yeah.
feasible to have domestic competitions, say September, October, November, December, so that you all are all in top shape once the season opens, if it opens?
Yes, definitely. But having said that, we cannot organize competition in a bigger scale. We can organize only for 20 shooters, or maximum for 50 shooters. Because if we talk about national championships or something like that, 10 and 12,000 shooters usually come to participate, and that is not feasible in this situation right now. So I think we should think only about top 10 of every event, or top 8 of every event. Something like that can happen. And about online shooting, that is possible only for 10 meters, at least at this point of time. So for 25, 50, and short run events, we have to, go to the shooting range and organize some competitions and participate. But again, what I was saying is, it can happen only on the small scale. And definitely it will be helpful for all of us. And everybody needs the competition, because that keeps us motivating, and keeps us going. So yeah, definitely, even the small competitions, you know, that that gives us definitely that little push what we need.
No, but Rahi, I think small competition is also the way to go. It's easier to organize, it's easier to get everyone together. But do we have the bench strength in your sport that say if you get 8 of India's best 25-meter pistol shooters together, those 8, the competition between those 8 is good enough to sort of good enough to be at the world level to push someone like a Rahi Sarnobat who is training specifically for the Olympic Games?
Uh, actually, yeah, because if we talk about 5 years before or 10 years before, that situation was very, very different. Only top two and top three shooters used to have that kind of competition. That what we call it, like everybody is like 0.5 point away from each other, or 0.25 away from each other. But now I think there are at least 3, 4 shooters in each event who are really, really good at the international level, and who are the very, very good competitions for each other. So I think, yeah, definitely not. I will not say top 8, but definitely top 4 to 5 shooters are really, really good, where with whom we can have a very, very good competition. But to get that feel of competition, we need 8 to 10 shooters to be around to shoot with us and to give us that feeling that we are in the competition. Because 2 3 shooters is not, it never feels like a competition. You need some shooters at least when you are having such a big gap. So after that you need some shooters. And what I feel is, after this break, it's not important that what level of shooting, what level of competition you are having. You are having the competition or not, that is the real story, I think. So I think any kind of competition is good for us at that point.
Okay, Rahi, now you were heading into the Olympic Games as a medal contender. Now you may not want me to say that, but now the Olympics have got postponed. Perhaps I can say that you, Rahi, you were heading into the Olympics as a medal contender, but now with this Olympics getting delayed and pushed back by a year, is how do you adjust to that? Because even now there is talk that the Olympics may not happen. That if the vaccine is not there,
Yeah,
may not go ahead with the Olympics.
yeah. But even that I take very very positively. I'm going to take it very positively because I think nobody, nobody, or I would say not a single athlete prepares for one Olympic Games. Every athlete prepares for the maximum Olympic Games they can go participate and win. So even if this Olympic Games will not happen, I will prepare for 2024. I mean, I will not stop. Nobody will stop. Definitely, it is a very very huge loss for every athlete, because for some athletes it's going to be the last Olympic Games of their career, or for the sports like athletics or maybe any physical sport, 1 year of their age is a very big difference. But we are lucky as shooters that that kind of difference we are definitely not going to face. But having said that, we have to keep strong until and unless that news comes from IOC that Olympic Games is not going to happen. Until that day, until that moment, we have to keep in mind that Olympic Games is going to happen. We are going to go there. We are going to participate, and we have to, we have to keep ourselves motivated. We have to do that because even the Olympic Games postponement news wasn't out there, but I was training really, really hard because I was thinking, okay, whatever the situation is, IOC is not saying anything. They are not postponing the Olympic Games. So whatever the media is saying doesn't matter. I have to keep training. I have to uh, tell myself, okay, my competition is, or my match is on the last week of July 2020 until that moment. So even for the cancellation or maybe another postponement, we have to wait for that. But we have to keep training. We have to keep training. And even if this Olympic Games will not happen, this training will definitely help for us for the future competitions or maybe future Olympic Games.
Okay, fair enough. That's the spirit. Don't they say that the athlete never gives
Yeah.
up, however hopeless the situation is. But Rahi, shooting,
Yeah.
shooting is a very fickle sport, not just a sport of precision. It's very fickle because on their day, anybody can win. Now, you're sort of heading
Yeah.
to a situation right now where majority of the world shooters have not trained for the last 2 or 3 months and some may not get an opportunity till their countries are safe. Do you think this is going to reflect when the
Yeah.
competition finally resumes, that you are going to, perhaps we'll have to be get used to the fact that we're going to see some very skewed results, that it may not be those shooters we expected always to win. Initially in the first 2 or 3 months of
Yeah.
competition, you will see lots of ups and downs.
Yeah, that might happen because see what happens usually is everybody, as I said, everybody is in the flow. Everybody is training more than a year before Olympic Games, but now that is not the situation. And now it is totally depend upon the situation of the country about the coronavirus, because some countries are, they are free from the virus, some countries are still fighting with them, or maybe some countries will start fighting maybe in December or Jan. So it totally depends upon that country is where is that country stands in terms of corona situation. And yeah, that definitely may definitely affect the training, the athlete's motivation, and the mental stability as well, and the even the training schedules or training possibilities, I would say. So yeah, we might see that, but again, having said that, that change or that up and down will not be that much. Not it will definitely not the surprising thing that, oh, we don't know this shooter and just winning the medal. Definitely not like that. But it might happen like little bit changes, little bit ups and downs we can see over there, but definitely not surprising or definitely not shocking result or something like that. Or maybe in total scores will be really really average scores we can see over there. That can happen, but definitely not like that some shooter is coming and just winning over there. It will definitely not happen.
Okay, but Rahi, have you sort of made peace with yourself that in these next 4 or 5 months, which are going to be crucial ones to get yourself back into training, that perhaps you may not have your coach with you? That has and what are the ways around that?
Yeah.
I know there is online, there is Zoom, Skype, and all that stuff. But when you come back to training, you obviously after a long break you would want your coach there, but that's not going to happen. So how are you going to work around that?
Actually, the contract was only till July 2020, and now definitely that competition is the question is now there is no question about it. It's out of the view now, the Olympic Games for this year. So I'm thinking about renewing this contract or not, and I don't see myself with my coach, frankly speaking, because I don't want to continue that contract because that is not feasible for me, frankly speaking. But I think I'm ready to go ahead with myself and with team coaches because my coach Mumbai, she has prepared me really, really well for this Olympic Games and for the period of 3 years that I can definitely shoot next competitions and next years independently. And she prepared me in a such a nice way, such a good way that I can be independent as a shooter and I can go forward. So again, I have been shooting now for 15 to 16 years. So I have that kind of experience with and without coach. So that is definitely not a big deal for me. I will adapt, I will adjust, and I will I will try my best.
Okay, you know best. You're the shooter. I'm just asking the question.
Right.
But right, the thing with Indian shooting is that 15 shooters as of now have qualified for the Olympic Games. But the way shooting as a
Yeah.
sport is, it's mostly an individual sport. Everyone's mostly to themselves, and the mostly interaction happens between, say, if you're from the same event, like the 10-meter air pistol or the air rifle.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
do you think, considering the situation where we all are in as a world where we don't know what's happening, there's so much uncertainty, would it make sense for the Indian Olympic team to actually exchange notes on how to deal with this? That there should be more sort of interactions with all of y'all so that you all sort of thrive off each other and know what, if this is working for this one, if this works for you. Is that possible? Is that something the NRI is also looking at? Because I've heard they've tried to bring you all together on a couple of occasions.
Yeah. Actually, frankly speaking, Digvijay, now the situation is very different. I think what you are talking was the situation was definitely like that. But I think only until few years back, because now we 15 are very, very, friendly. We talk with each other anyway. I mean, we don't need that kind of team meeting or team gathering or, something like that. We stay together, we eat together, we roam around together. So I think that isn't there anymore. Definitely the percentage of uh, meeting each other and talking to each other is definitely different because the similar topics are different. I mean, pistol shooters can have conversation about different topics, and rifle can talk about different topics. So that is definitely going to be there. But now the situation is very, very good, and I'm very happy with the kids. I would say in the team because they are very friendly, they're very energetic, and they're very enthusiastic. They want to know everything. They keep asking questions to the senior shooters, and they are keeping the team very, very lively, and they are very, very good. I mean, I like to be with them. I like to spend time with them because it feels very young to be with them. So now the situation is very different. But talking about other sports, it's difficult to be in touch with them because their sports are very different. We don't meet them usually, and it's very rare to talk to other sporting athletes. But about shooting things, we are definitely very, very much closer than what we used to. So I think I'm very happy with this thing.
No, no,
Or the,
I didn't.
or I would say the atmosphere or the, yeah,
I
sorry.
didn't mean it. What I'm saying is, I didn't mean it in a negative sense. What I meant
Yeah,
was
yeah, not negative, but even
coronavirus.
I'm not saying that because yeah, because every sport has atmosphere. The atmosphere was different. I'm not saying it was negative, but that used to be like that. That rifle shooters, and the main point is the ranges are different. They are at the different place. The coaches are different. The meeting used to be different. We used to stay, separately. So that was the situation. But now we are only 15. We are staying together. We are training together. There is no other option. So automatically we are getting back together. So it's not that like we used to fight and we used to not talk. Definitely not like that. But the situation was like that. But this time, NREI especially, they really tried hard to put all of us together as a team, and not only us, the staff, the coaching staff, the physical training staff, the management staff, even the NRES staff. They really tried hard to put us together, and that is working. That I would like to say.
Okay. Final question. You mentioned the kids, but a lot of these kids were headed to their first Olympics. As someone who's been to the Olympics as a kid, because I find it strange asking you this question because you were a teen prodigy. I remember seeing you at the 2010 Commonwealth Games,
Yeah,
the teen gold and the individual.
yeah,
What is the advice you would give these young guns, as because they've sort of only seen success last 3 or 4 years, and now they've hit a pause in their careers because of this coronavirus? What would be your advice to these young 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 year olds in this period?
yeah. Frankly speaking, they are really, really good. I mean, I can ask them for advice. They are so intelligent and they are so enthusiastic, and they are so much into the game that I don't think they need any kind of advice. But yeah, as you said, that when I was a kid, that was very different, and in this generation, being a kid is very, very different. But having said that, I have just one thing to say, that be patient, because they were really, really excited to go to the Olympic Games, and they wanted to win multiple medals. They were ready to do it. They were performing so good. They were training brilliantly. Everything was in the place. But of course, unfortunately, this happened. So only thing I want to say is just be patient. Whatever you wanted is there. Just maybe few months later. So just hold on there, hang on there. You will get what you want. Just be patient for a very little time. You will get whatever you want, because everything else they have.
Yes. But one good thing about your sport, Rahi, is naturally it teaches you to be patient. That's the beauty of shooting, that you may be the most impatient
Yes,
person when you're
yes,
shooting out there. You
yeah,
have to be patient and wait for your time.
yeah,
Especially in your event,
definitely,
we have to wait for the command. You have to wait, and you can't shoot before the
yeah,
command. That's the great thing about shooting. But Rahi,
yeah,
lovely speaking to you. I find it
yeah.
extremely nice to
Thank
know
you.
that you haven't let this period affect you. A lot of sports persons have been affected by this
Yeah,
entire shutdown, but you
yeah,
sort of mentally stayed very strong. Get back to training as soon as you can, but importantly, stay
yes, yes,
safe as well. And
definitely,
hopefully, we have these camps back for you, and hopefully, more importantly, there is competition.
yeah,
I think that ultimately, shooters and sports persons, in effect, across the world, need competition. They don't need too much of training. They need to let this
yeah,
pent
yeah,
up pressure out of the system. Ki I need to compete to get it all out.
yeah, yeah. Really, even thank you for having this conversation, because it is very important to share the thoughts, and not only share. You are taking interviews of other athletes as well, other people as well, and it's very good to hear what they are talking, what they are thinking in this situation, because sometimes you get really, really positive thoughts, and you can just keep yourself going up just because of that. So I think thank you for these series.
Thank you, Rahi. Thank you so much. I think, as you said, it's just about,
Yeah,
because nobody's been in this situation
thank you.
before. So the more information you get sort of helps keep
Yeah,
it out. Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Rahi, so much. Thank you for this.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.